before I start with the game, I'm gonna do a little, like a piece to camera, essentially. This feels like a very special episode, but that's what I'm gonna be doing. So, the Fatal Frame series does not shy away from descriptions and depictions of death. This is the 8th Fatal Frame project I've put on my channel. Y'all should know this by now. I bring it up specifically with Fatal Frame 5 because certain of those deaths are self-inflicted. This is a plot point. And do not worry for a moment that I'm going to take this seriously, because I do not have it in me to be serious for too long. I'm still happy and giggly and making my jokes. But if content surrounding this topic is not what you are okay with, cool. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you tomorrow for Zelda. Otherwise, hell yeah. Look at this jarring tonal shift. Comfy sewing game. Animal Crossing. Fatal Frame 5. Let's go. My favorite thing with this is you can tell it's a Wii U game because the first thing it does is to throw up the Wii U splash screen, which is like, Raptor! Honestly, I think that's a really good splash screen. If I had my way, what I would do, I'd have that figure move around, or not be there at all. But yeah, Rixtrus has hit the nail right into the coffin. Wet T-shirt Simulator 5, let's go. Prologue, let's go. A girl named Miu awakes in water. As she stands up, she sees countless bodies floating around her. The bodies stir, as if sensing Miu's presence. Presence? Presence. There's no presence. I don't want the present that this game's going to give me. It's... Ew. In the vicinity of Mount Hikami, people have been mysteriously disappearing without a trace. One such girl is Miu Hinasaki. She awakens to find herself in an old, half-flooded building. I will have you know, Empirical Woodland, that every character is 18. Does that make sense in the timeline? No, because this game is set in like 2003. But shut up. Yeah, there you go. 18. Said like that. Hot damn, this game's dark. Hang on a second. Which are we? You. You. Let's just boost you a little bit. Oh, look at that. I can see my game now. Let's put you there. How does that look? We happy with this? I do not remember the game being this dark. I can't see a thing on my TV. I'm gonna have to boost the hell out of that. I have to get out of here. I can't pause yet, which is unfortunate, because that's probably where the brightness setting's gonna be, yeah? Yeah! Whoop, excuse me. Don't mind me, everybody. I'm going this way. I have to find a way out of here. Incidentally, this game is the only Fatal Frame title to receive the Zero 17 rating in Japan. The others being 12 or 15. The reason being, you can see a bra. Look. Ah. It looks like there's a cave wall on the other side of the lattice. I can see some stone statues out in the darkness. It must be underground. Now, how do I get out of here? Ha ha ha! Alright, settings. Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. How is it going, Tempest? It's going pretty good. Don't mind me. I'm just doing some troubleshooting on the fly. Alright, how's that? Can we see what we're doing now? Is this good? That looks good. And not completely blown out. Yeah, hello. There's a light at the end of the corridor. Maybe there's a way out that way. How about yourself, Tempest? We all doing good? They're chasing after me. I have to get out. I like how the game indicates you're gonna need the quick turn and center camera button because, oh boy, this was built for the Wii U. You're not really gonna need those. There is some stuff you're gonna need, in terms of like changing settings and all, but yes, we'll get to that probably in the next chapter. Pretty sure it's the next chapter. Not this way. I've got to get out of here. But that door just closed. Oh, game. Please be consistent. Also, can I just... Why does Nintendo always have, like, the best looking water in their games? Look at this! Look at this! You have to play Pikmin? Like, well, all of them, really. That water looks so good. incidentally, long-time Fatal Frame fans, just you might recognize a name that showed up in the prologue there. Miyu Hinasaki has disappeared. No one could hear her cries for help as she was sealed into a shrine on top of a mountain. That mountain is where the events of this story take place. We follow the fates of 3 people: Yuri, Ren, and Miyu. It is a terrifying tale of the supernatural. That's a pretty solid open, I would say. I feel like Alfred Hitchcock presenting a story. First drop. A novelist has sent Yuri and Hisoka to an old inn on a case. Yuri receives the camera obscura, and her first shadow reading job begins. They have been asked to find post-mortem photographs. Scores will not be recorded. Go. Oh, that's great. Easy mode for players who want to enjoy the story. Very easy for players who want to enjoy the story safely. Also, capitalization on scores. F minus minus. Do I need any of this? I don't need any of this. I don't think. Among the residents of the villages at the foot of Mount Hikami, a certain unique ability has been passed throughout the ages. This ability, known as shadow reading, enables the user to view the shadow, or trace, of someone lost in inexplicable circumstances. This is not unlike the psychometry practiced elsewhere. Yuri Kozukata accompanies Hisoka Kurosawa, a woman who possessed the shadow reading ability, to an abandoned inn on Mount Hikami. Sensing Yuri could in time become talented at shadow reading, Hisoka takes her along on an assignment. This would be the 3rd Kurosawa family in this game. None of them are related. The devs just really like the 7 Samurai.
I thought that I'd be scared of death. But I can't even cry. I am alone. In the end, I am alone. I will end it all. Alone.
Yuri?
Huh?
What we're looking for should be in here. This is an excellent chance for you to take the lead. Here, take this.
Ah.
This is a camera obscura. It will let you see the unseen, including the clues that will help you find what we're here for. This is your opportunity, your first case.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you'll do well.
So, like,
Start with a little practice. It works exactly like a normal camera. Give it a try. Just hold up the camera.
right off the bat, we're down to our main characters looking like pop stars.
What's wrong?
I've always said
Just
this
like a normal camera.
in Fatal Frame games, but look at them.
Look through the finder and press the shutter button.
So, you struggling to hear the dialogue? No worries. Let's just boost you a little bit.
What's
So,
wrong?
First thing we're gonna do.
It's just like a normal camera. Just look through the viewfinder and press the shutter button.
We good? First thing you do is you do this, and then you go, oh my god, this game has gyro aiming! You'll notice that it's not, because I immediately turn that off. Because what you don't want is every time you pull up the camera, you go, because that's how I'm holding the controller. You don't want to do that.
The camera obscura photographs the netherworld, a whole other world separate from our own. That world that we see through the lens is not remotely off. Make sure not to draw too much interest from the things you see.
But because
If you aren't careful, you might be drawn into the netherworld yourself.
because this the camera was originally the Wii U tablet, look, you can rotate it. We can vogue. Yeah, look at that Dutch angle. Yeah, you want some of that?
Things around here seem to have changed. It wasn't exactly bustling, but it never used to be like this.
Incidentally, this guy right here, Z targeting,
And it became a tourist destination.
really, really useful, except for, like, when it isn't.
Take this. It's a token. It will help lead you to what we're looking for. Now don't panic, but be sure to stay on your guard. Go on and head inside.
Alright then. No! Why would you want to boost the speech? Why would you want to hear that? That's fine. I don't want to hear that. So this is the map. This is where we are. Ignore the fact that it's completely filled out, because I've done really, really well with this game. I've played it many a time. You can also press L and Y to open snap mode. Oh, that's the free cam. I remember you. Yeah, almost. Yeah, that's a good one. How do I stop doing this? That's how I stop doing this. Hi. Okay.
This is a postmortem photograph. It's not just a normal photograph that was taken to mourn the dead. It's why Ren sent us here.
So,
It seems like
we've...
this photo came from somewhere around here, and he wants us to see whether we can find any more.
Shh. We've hit a pretty good midway on this game with regards to... I was going to pause because she'll keep talking. Pretty good, like, mid of the road with this game, where I have played this game a lot. Look at my overall score down there. I've got all the upgrades that I can really get. But I haven't played this game for quite some time, so I'm gonna miss stuff, and I don't know where everything is. Which, that's what people seemed to enjoy when it came to Fatal Frame 4. Like, the first time I played it was on stream with you guys, so... Yeah, getting surprised was a nice surprise. There we go. Is there anything in here? No? Okay. And you should have worn, like, boots. I know it wouldn't go with the outfit, but you're just mooching around knee deep in the water in your fancy shoes. It'll ruin your outfit.
Hisoka!
Do you know what? Yeah, I can see Yuna wearing this one. Like, this is the, like a psychic outfit or something. I can see it.
Yuri, wait.
And yeah, Kosaka,
sense
you're not
it.
wrong. It looks not the outfit, but the colors look a little bit like your traditional Miko garb. Hold that button to find the trail.
It's called a trace. A shadow of the past. The token is showing you the way.
That
These
is
traces can lead you to the right path.
that is the destination
follow that
marker
shadow.
from Dead Space. You know, you push the button to activate rave mode, and Isaac's just like, where is the objective? Over there. It's like that.
Come on, this way.
Was that a bug in your line read?
Come on, this way.
It was! It wobbles on the word on. I wasn't supposed to do that. Ah, testing. The windows in this hallway have all been nailed shut. So in this instance, Kosaka, I'm with you. Find the right path is a little frustrating. Later on in the game, lifesaver. Genuine lifesaver. Wait. What are you telling me to look at? Or are you just directing me to a thing? I think you're directing me to a thing. An old, dusty book has been left in the hallway. Maybe someone dropped it. Mount Hikami has long been considered holy ground. For centuries, people have been drawn to the many sacred shrines and places of worship, as well as the natural features such as the Twilight Peak and the Pool of Purification. See, look at that, Twilight Peak. Everything is connected, which have themselves been treated with great reverence. The mountain was also popular with tourists and mountain climbers for the beauty of its abundant clear waters and ancient mysterious forests. Worshippers and hikers alike used to find rest at Ichiru Manor, a hot spring resort near the foot of the mountain. Now, the inn lies desolate, devoid of visitors. The mountain never recovered from a devastating landslide it suffered many years ago. The shrine road to the summit was cut off, and the flow of the water throughout the mountain was altered, forever changing the landscape. New roads that were under construction had to be abandoned, and Ichiru Manor was buried under a slough of rock, resulting in numerous fatalities. Among those lost were the family of Ichiru Manor's proprietor, effectively putting an end to the business. Mount Hikami's days as a tourist destination were no more. Instead, the mountain gained notoriety as a suicide spot. Perhaps because it was traditionally a destination to which the dying would venture, the mountain is, all one word, now a place for those wishing to end their own lives. By extension, it has also become a place for thrill seekers interested in the occult and dickhead YouTubers. I'm just gonna say it. The setting for this game is not Aokigahara. Definitely not that. No. Was that a shadow of the past? In places where the traces of the good rhyme, past are very strong, you may be able to view echoes of the past. Photographing them will earn you photo points, which can be used to upgrade the cameras. Oh man, Aaron, who's that guy? I don't know, some wrestle man, I think. Did he do anything else? No. Shut up. Oh, he's annoyingly good at it, isn't he? And he gets the whole asshole heel thing. Like, he gets it. And... ugh. Are you gonna do the thing? Nah, you're not gonna do the thing. I'm not even gonna acknowledge that. Okay, through we go. Well, in fairness, a lot of what was said of the Mr. McMahon character was that...
Maybe it's in this room.
No, that's just Vince. He just does a good job of
It appears we need a key.
being that
Try
guy,
using
because
the
that's
camera
what that
obscura.
guy is. When you look through the lens of the camera obscura, you may notice it reacting to objects which are not normally visible. Lock on, and photograph them to expose places or items they have a connection with. Find the locations of the photographs, and you may discover some clues there as well. There is something in this photo. There's light coming out of a closet, and there is a doll on top of a chest of drawers. This might be where the key is. Find the place shown in the photograph. It's somewhere in this building. To view the photograph again, look in the menu.
Here, you go on ahead of me and look for the key to the door. I'll wait for you here.
So I didn't see anything. Did you see anything? There wasn't anything there. Shh. Chat, you're crazy. It's actually pronounced jazz lighting. And babe, you love it. So you... oh, you did do the thing! That's great! Look, she turned to look at me like... good job, game. Well, Rixtrus, you do... said wrestler's name was Justin Credible, and among others, yeah. I appreciate the game does that, by the way. It uses keys for you.
It's somewhere in this room. Take a look around.
Look around you. look around you.
Hold on. There's something there.
The camera obscura will react to items that are normally hidden from the eyes of the living. You can bring those items back to this world by photographing the place they were taken from with the correct angle and position. Oh, okay. I don't remember that bit, but that's cool. You have to sort of do this to like, hey, what's that? What's that? Honestly, both of these outfits look like they do well in X2, don't they?
This is what we came here for. Huh. We shouldn't stay here any longer than we need to.
You're right.
Let's head back before it gets dark.
Okay.
Okay, this is going to be important. Can I get the... Oh, I can! So I could have gotten a picture of that guy. By doing that. Good to know. Kosaka, don't worry. I've seen that. We'll get to it.
Yuri, searching for objects like we did just now might be easy, but searching for people is much more difficult. Psychometry allows you to see the psychic imprint as a shadow. Never follow after the shadow of someone who has been spirited away. You might end up seeing something you wish you hadn't.
Oh, I missed that one. Darn. So yeah, this game does a lot of what the Fatal Frame series has traditionally done. That being... Think fast! Too late. And you've seen I've got a pretty good handle on the ghost list. Yeah, you can see it in the, like, between chapter debrief screen. But there's still some that I'm missing. Because there is also a degree of, hey, go explore. Rixtrus, that's why it's called that. Look at my clothes. Oh, apparently I did only bring Type 7. Oh, no. How do I use my special skills? Anyone? Like that. What are my special skills? I don't remember. Probably Crush. Brah.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have brought you here.
I don't know that I would want to be hugged while wearing wet clothes, nor by somebody who themselves was wearing wet clothes.
I am alone.
I feel like there's a texturing issue there. I wouldn't like that. I think the slowdown comes from it's the Wii U, so it's expecting to render everything twice when you go into viewfinder mode. Because originally the tablet was your camera. You had to hold it up in front of your face and tilt it up and down and side to side to get the perfect shot. And you can do that with the Pro Controller. You don't want to do that with the Pro Controller. It's a really annoying function.
Dream again.
Mr. Hojo? Hisoka came by a little while ago.
Oh, Hisoka. What does she want?
She found the photo book.
She did?
Yeah, here, take a look.
People keep blinking out one frame before every camera cut, and it's really distracting to me. While learning about shadow reading from Hisoka, Yuri used the ability to retrieve an album of post-mortem photographs from a ruined inn at Mount Hikami. The album was requested by a certain Ren Hojo. As Ren awoke from a bad dream, he found himself tormented by uncertainty. Was it really just a dream, or a suppressed childhood memory? This question has plagued him for some time. Rixtrus, what if we were to use the phrase rat-faced knacker? Because that's also how this man is referred to. That's how I'm going to open this next round of show and tell. Because Kosaka has redeemed that. And now I have to do it. And that's going to be the intro? It sure is. Alright, so today's show and tell. We are continuing on with a little series that I'm doing. This is Hanafuda cards. Specifically, this is May and November, showing off Iris and Willow, which are both really good names. I like flower names. Today's variant set is Tetsufuda, from the word Chikatetsu, as in the subway train. Subway train is Chikatetsu. And this is what those cards look like from that set. Look, everything's trains! And I picked this one specifically because you can see where they have taken the traditional elements and turned them into train-related things. So, for example, if we do this one, you can see top left, that is a dock over a little pond. And here, it's a bridge over a river. And with this one, you've got the judge holding an umbrella. And in this one, it's a businessman holding an umbrella. I think that's pretty clever. Particularly clever. You see the red and black one? That one is Thunderstorm. And in this one, you can see like there's the Thunder God's drum in the bottom there. It's kind of hard to see, but just at the little crook of the L there's a drum. And over here, it's a wheel, because the train is going through an underground tunnel. That's so good! Incidentally, the Umbrella and the Thunderstorm cards have been used to essentially nerf certain hands within the game. It's a house rule. It's not an official one, but you can play with it. There are 2 winning hands that require 2 cards. Either the Moon and the Cup, or the Curtain and the Cup. If you have 2 of those, then it's like 10 points apiece, which doubles to 20 points apiece. It's ridiculous, and so easy to get. And the house rule / patched rule says that as long as the Umbrella or the Thunderstorm, so rain or thunder, as long as they are on the table, you can't play either of those cards. Because it's too misty, it's too foggy, it's raining, you can't go out and look at the moon, get those cards off the table, then you can play that. And I think that's pretty cool. Of note, every train in the Tetsufuda set is an actual train. And the top one is, I believe top one is Yamanote Line, because that's a JR East station. And Yamanote Line is that particular green. It's the same green as the bird in my in the February set. But yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Thank you very much to Zashiloto for getting these for me, because we looked at it and we went, oh gosh, do we want these? What a stupid question. Of course we want these. So we bought them. So that is today's show and tell. And sort of a recap for Lady Mappy, who has just now arrived. We've got some Hanafuda cards. This is the classic design for May and November. May is top, November bottom. And this is the Tetsufuda design, which is all based on trains. I think it's pretty cool. Thank you very much for watching along and redeeming Kosaka. And now, I'm going to go back to the game. See, look at that. Chat's reset again. And Lady Mappy just now subscribed, and I appreciate that. But hey, sure, is it going to show that? No, it's not. Times cast broke the game counter. More like times stream broke the stream counter. 1. Yeah. Oh, the thing went to sleep. Alright, second drop. Fine for you, Hihimino. It has been several days since the incident at the inn. Hisoka is out on a case. A young girl comes to the shop and finds a worried Yuri. Yuri is given a missing person case, something Hisoka forbade. Oh, now I've got all my cool film. Alright, I gotcha. There is just... I mentioned it because this is the splash screen for this game. That's a really good piece of art. There's just something completely uneasy about it, and I can't put my finger on it, but, like... Ooh. No, thank you. Well, do you know what it means, Kosaka? It means y'all have to start chatting some more and fill up that screen. Or not. I appreciate lurkers just as much. A few days have passed since Yuri's introduction to shadow reading at the abandoned inn. Since then, Hisoka has gone off somewhere and hasn't returned. Yuri worries for Hisoka. but isn't sure how or where to start searching. As she sits waiting at the antique shop, a girl named Fuyuhi Himino shows up, claiming to have enlisted Hisoka to help her find a missing person. Tempest, thank you very much for checking in. Thank you very much for checking out. Have a good evening. Hope you have a good time. I'm just going to save in the middle of this ambience. Thank you, game. I have played this one before. Hey, look! It's Kurosawa again. The only one that I played that I had not played through before was Fatal Frame 4. But there is an asterisk next to that where I haven't played this game for quite some time, so I've forgotten basically all of it. We're going through with all the costumes and the powers. But,
Excuse me. Hello?
but I don't know what I'm doing.
I'm looking for Hisoka Kurosawa. Is she here?
Oh, I'm sorry, but she stepped out.
My name is Fuyuhi Himino. I've been waiting for her to tell me if she could help me find someone. I still haven't got a reply from her.
You're looking for someone?
She might have gone to the mountain. Mount Hikami.
Mount Hikami.
Someone told me that they saw my friend there. It's an infamous suicide spot, isn't it? I don't know why Haruka would go to a place like that. And without even saying a word
Haruka.
to me.
Don't worry. As soon as Hisoka gets back, I'll tell her.
No, that's fine. I can't wait any longer. I'll go look for her myself.
Huh? Come back.
No, stop, don't go. So yeah, Kosaka makes a good point that they have English-style teapots and teacups here, and that right there in the back, that's an Americana fridge. Like, that's from the 60s is what that is. A missing person case. Hisoka left a few days ago and hasn't been back. Maybe this is what she's been working on. Hisoka's room is upstairs. Maybe she left some clues as to her whereabouts. And, like, fair enough, yeah, like, it's a mix of all the Japanese and English stuff, or Eastern and Western stuff, I should say. And that's the kind of thing I like. This kind of tea shop is exactly the kind of thing I like in Japan as well. This tea shop seats 5 at a stretch. You go to the ramen shops and it's like, hey, we can sit 3 people. Y'all got a party? Leave. And I really appreciate that. This is also incredibly beautiful. I really like just little house, the garden in the middle of the house, and this like grimy, dusty, frosty glass. That looks really good. Bamboo and narrow trees dot the courtyard. The old well draws clean water from the mountain, but we don't use it. Hisoka gave me this room when I moved in. It used to be her bedroom. It's been a while since I moved in, but I still haven't unpacked anything. I know how that goes. Hisoka put this desk here for me. This used to be Hisoka's bedroom, but she freed it up for me to use. Big pile of cardboard boxes. I haven't touched them since I moved in. Should be a cat in there. If it was Fatal Frame 3, there'd be a cat in there. By the way, I've never been able to navigate this house. Get ready for me to take the long way around to this bedroom every single time. Is this hers? Pretty sure this is hers, because it's got that wave pattern on the door. This is Hisoka's room. She really likes the traditional Japanese style. Functional mirror, hell yeah. It sure is the PS1 in there. Ignore that. That's fine. This game was developed alongside Dead or Alive 5, and the devs say that they borrowed a particular piece of coding tech from Dead or Alive to put into this game. Do you know what it is? Can you possibly fathom what this game took from Dead or Alive 5? Give you a couple of clues. Client. Missing item. Diary. Token. Photo of the deceased. Details. Locate mother's diary. Client seeks info on their late mother. Relates to a deceased individual. Apply caution. Results. The caretaker of the deceased had burned the diary at her request. Client. Missing item. Storeroom key. Token. Photo of the deceased. Details. Locate storeroom key. Item may already be lost. Token and item belong to deceased. Apply caution. Results. Item located. Had been hidden by client's parent. Returned to client. Missing item. Diamond ring. Token. Rings box. Details. Client seeks lost engagement ring. Requested fiancé not be notified. Date of wedding soon approaching. Result. Found on client's desk. Was in obvious place, but somehow eluded the client. Client. Ren Hojo. Missing item. Album of post-mortem photographs. Token. A post-mortem photograph. Details. Reference material for a book about traditional practice in Mount Hikami area. Bad location, but minimal danger anticipated. Client is an acquaintance. Result. Found in old building of abandoned inn. Shadow attempted to drag Yuri towards the netherworld. Should have gone alone. Must warn Yuri to stay away from the mountain. Dang ultimate life forms! Shadow reading is the ability to read traces of the past, not unlike the ability commonly known as psychometry. By following these traces, it is possible to find things that have gone missing, or which were no longer visible. Things that are demonstrably there, but for reasons unknown are all but invisible. Things the owner wished to be forgotten. Things whose owners have passed away. Things that no longer wish to be seen. Things drawn partway into the netherworld, invisible within our own. Such items can be called back to the world of the living. There's a really subtly creepy line in there. That an item may no longer wish to be seen. I like that. Unlike these objects, however, people who have been spirited away must not be chased after lightly. In many such cases, they have been taken by creatures of the netherworld who linger nearby. Utmost caution must always be applied. A friend of mine said, and many such casts. Anytime I do something, they're like, many such casts. And I'm like, is that a racist statement? Because I know, you know, who it's from. Nah, it's just a dumb sentence. Feel free to keep saying it. I will. That one wasn't me trying to demonstrate. There's a hand motion going on. You can't see it. It's fine. An open envelope has been left on the desk. The sender's name reads Fuyuhi Himino. This must be Fuyuhi's missing person request. Maybe it could provide some clues as to where Hisoka and Fuyuhi went. Dear Miss Kurosawa, please find Haruka. She went missing over a week ago. You do still take on missing person cases, don't you? I've contacted the police, but they're no help. They say she was probably spirited away. Haruka wouldn't have gone anywhere without telling me. I'm certain something bad has happened. I can handle my own grief, but can't stand the thought of her suffering somewhere. What if she's waiting for me to find her? I'm worried sick. Haruka is still alive. I know it. But something has to be done. And quick. Remember when you found that precious picture of me and Haruka? Oh, I was so happy to have it. Now I need your help once again. This picture shows Fuyuhi looking shy, and another girl. They look close.
Hisoka. She must have gone to Mount Hikami to look for this girl.
So this is one of the games, it's probably the first game actually,
Mount Hikami.
where
A place where many come to take their lives. I'm positive that Fuyuhi must have come here.
one of the first examples where I went, wow, this is an incredibly Japanese game. Why are they trying to Americanize it? Like, the fact that this character was like, I need to find Haruka. Like, no, it is pronounced Haruka. Locally, you wanna get a better voice direction there? Mount Hikami. Fuyuhi is somewhere on this mountain. I should be able to use this picture of her to find her trace. And then we can follow that trace. So if ever we get lost and turned around, and we don't know where we're going, we can just go, aha! Follow that man. And surely we will. Oh, Lady Mappy, this is why we're friends, because I was gonna go, hi Reese, welcome on in, it's always good to see you, we've missed you. And you're like, nah man, Sinister. Run, coward. Like, yes. Good times. There's somebody I work with who does that. I can't believe that I have gentle footsteps. 'Cause I don't. But like, whenever I enter the room, she is surprised that I am there and tends to jump and squeal a lot. And like, you've worked with me for 10 years. You know that I do this. The road has collapsed, and the stone stairs are cut off. It must have been the landslide. The old road seems to carry on up the edge of the cliff. So this is one of the reasons why I adore this game. The general setting is beautiful. There's something on the ground. And I very much enjoy... Ah, you jerk! Sometimes a ghost hand will appear when you try to reach for an object. Release ZR at the right moment to dodge it. If you do get grabbed, just wiggle yourself free. A tourist brochure? I wonder if he dropped it. It has a map of the mountain. Ignore that. Ignore all of those markings. So this is the way from the pool of purification to the unfathomable forest. Got it. Why is it called the unfathomable forest? That's such a good name. But also, I really enjoy the layout of this area. The fact that it twists and turns and it goes up and down, and it's essentially open world. It takes a while to get there, but it's game's open world. And oh hell yeah! Is that a thing? That's not a thing. There's something under the waterfall. The wetness gauge to the lower right of the screen will light up when you come in contact with water. If you get drenched, you'll become an easy target for malevolent spirits. Use purifying embers to dry yourself off. See, the technique that they borrowed from Dead or Alive, it's not the thing that you think that it is. It's neither of those. It was the wet and dirty water tech. But also, it was those. Let's not even pretend. Alright, give me that. So as you can see, we are slowly drying off as we go along. I think we're fine for now, because we don't have a camera. Be kind of mean to have them attack us with ghosts if we didn't have a camera. Oh wait, that was the prologue. But we should be fine for now. Or we could just use the box of embers that we just picked up and dry ourselves off completely. Unless it's the harder difficulties, in which case I believe it's a percentage. Right, that's what I was saying, Lady Mappy. Like, look at those. You're gonna tell me that snap mode can't be used here? Fine. You're gonna tell me they're decent hiking boots? Cause they're not. They're fashion boots. And don't you tell me otherwise. Am I turned around? I think I turned around. Yes, I did. And this is why the Spirit Trail is actually one of the best things in the world. The game just gives you a gentle little nudge. It's like, this way. So that did not constitute getting wet. Wading through this pool right here. No, picking up something from under the waterfall, though, that certainly did. Hisoka's camera obscura? What's it doing here? Old film. It is not effective at exercising ghosts, and it takes a long time to load. You also got the stun lens. And a switch upgrade. We can now use the camera obscura. Guess what? You're gonna have to. So, yeah, Fatal Frame continues to do that thing where it's like, hey, you know what's really scary? Z targeting! And all these cool, like, ultra combos! And, like... Can I just... Can I just be scared, please? Camera obscura must have been carried here by the current. This means Hisoka is on the mountain, too. But I should focus on finding Fuyuhi first. She can't have gotten far. Alright, bear with me a second. What's... How do I tinker around with the camera? Remind me. That is a very good question. How do I do that? because that's something I'm going to need to know at some point. That button. Why are there 3 menu buttons? Anyway. Right, what have I got equipped? I'm pretty sure that one is Crush. But I don't actually know. Ah, whatever. Let's go. Right, we got the camera. Now we are good to go. Oh, you're not gonna show up now, are you? No. Alright. I was worried I was gonna have to dip into my notes. Kosaka, I'm really sad to hear that. More so, I am sad that you are having to deal with this. Don't get me wrong. This is not about me and what I'm thinking. There's a fork in the road. The plants here are slightly different than the ones below the pool. I must be close to the unfathomable forest. But I get you. If it's something a person has to deal with, then... hey, we are all fighting that fight, you know? A tall fence blocks the path. Beyond is an expansive forest. There doesn't appear to be any way around. I like how I said you're not going to need to use quick turn in this game, but then also the game bugs whenever you try to turn. Thank you, sense function. It is something that I completely agree with, Lady Mappy. You can look down at that spot and the ghost will tell Yuri that really? Back we go! When was my last save? When was my last save? I've never seen that. About 2 minutes ago. Well, guess what? Let's go find that out. Carrot cake batter looks like... do you know what? You are not wrong, Rixtress. What is this oleaginous slime? But then you bake it, and it becomes good. So Kosaka, genuinely, if you've got any, like, obscure ghosts that people tend to miss, give me a nudge, because I've got a fair few. But I'm only at 70-odd%, I think. No, I'm not. I'm at 93-odd%. 70% in the record. So if there's anything like this that I've missed... I can't see to the bottom. Nobody could survive a drop from this height. How about that? I've never seen that. Thank you very much. Alright, then that's that. And then that's that. And then Fuyuhi is down there. But first... I have enough film in my camera, and I have enough points that I can just buy more. But also, no. I'm going to pick up junk that I find in the forest. God help this forest if I find a nice stick. I'm the stick person. My mom is the rock person. If you find a perfect rock, she'll have that. Nah, man, it's all about sticks. And then you use it like a hiking staff and feel like a wizard. The stone lanterns along the road to the shrine have all been lit. The great stone lanterns! I cannot read anything being described as being stone without reading it in that cadence. Yeah, if you say so, game. There was someone by the shrine on the other side of the river. Was it Fuyuhi? It's just like the author, Edgar Allan Poe. Incidentally, while we're here, right, this area is a good demonstration for how to use the trace mechanics, but it's also an area we're going to come back to a lot because there's some really cool optional junk in this area. But what I would like to do is to take a moment to talk about the sound design, because first of all, listen to this oppressive, just ambient howling. Yes, Fuyuhi's trace ends here. But also, listen to these menu noises, right? That is... They've been using these noises since Fatal Frame 1, and they haven't changed them. Because why would you need to? They got it right the first time. And I think that it is a mark of exceptional quality that, you know, menu noises will make you go, oh, that's what I'm playing. I don't know what to do now that Haruka's gone missing. Can't do anything on my own. It's like I can't breathe. Been close since we were children. Now that she's gone, I realize how important she is to me. How irreplaceable. I can't stop thinking I could have done something when she left that day. Maybe if I'd said something, I could have stopped her from going. Why is one strand of Yuri's hair just going nuts? The waiting is unbearable. I should have been the one to disappear. It should be me. If Haruka comes back, there's so much I want to tell her. I should tell her how I really feel before we end things together. Maybe she's already known for a long time, but I'll tell her anyway. I have to tell her. Hello? That's not the quick turn button. So, neat little bit of lore about these characters. They have names, but they are largely unimportant. I'm cornered! Yeah! Look at them moves! They have names, but those names are not important, because they are not the names of the characters. Much like Floating Face from Fatal Frame 1. 5 F words in a row. Good job. These guys are amalgamations of people who have gone missing in the woods. And they, like, vaguely remember who they were. They've just sort of been drawn together, and all they know is that they kind of hate you. Right. This... that right there is a, it's a mechanic called Fatal Glance. And it is kind of taken from the movie Ring 2. Spiral, specifically. And, what is supposed to happen is you do that, and you get like a blurry VHS tape of how that person died, but you're not going to see it, because this is NG plus 7, or whatever the hell. I've done all of those. Well, again, Kosaka, that is the nature of an intrusive thought. And when struggling or coping and dealing with depression, you get a lot of those. Which is not to say, you know, you specifically. But it's something that must be dealt with. There is a French term, which I'm almost certainly going to get wrong. Appel du vide, I think. It translates to the appeal of the void, and it describes how, generally speaking, when people are, yeah, zoom into that texture and that cutoff line, ignore that. It generally refers to how people, when they're on top of something tall, will feel an urge to jump off of it. Like if you ever been up a skyscraper or something like that, you get the urge. How far do you think I would go horizontally? I don't trust you. I'm leaving. You do that in Fatal Frame 2, and you activate a roaming ghost. If you take a picture of the drowned woman in the lake in whatever it is, Chapter 2, then drowned woman in the lake becomes a just consistent, persistent threat. Pretty sure I can get down to the edge of the lake. Can I do that? How do I do that? Oh, hello. I wonder if I can see my friend in this chapter. I don't think I can. Whoa! Oh, that's good. That's really good. Maybe let's equip some good film, yeah? Yeah, alright. I don't have enough spirit power to do that. Alright, now I do. Good, good. Good! Alright, group shot! And one of those for good measure. it is an unfortunately common thing, Kosaka, to the fact that there are words for specific ways of doing that. Just off the top of my head, I know the word karoshi, which is essentially working oneself to death in the most literal sense, but not like you choose to do that. And like, yeah, sure, the work-life balance is a really tricky thing to maintain at the best of times. And then in Japan, they're just like, yeah, no, we're just gonna have to accept the, like, fatal burnout. That's just going to happen. Here's a funny word for it. Go do karaoke with the boys. Why am I going that way? I know why I'm going that way. Because it's trying to lead me back to the main path that I have definitely wandered away from. Alright, here we go. Are we back on the track? Yeah, we're back on track. Let's go. Ignore that stuttering. This game is from, like, what, the Wii U. What year was that? I don't know. 2002. So, yes, that is also... The door is shut. It doesn't look like he went into the shrine. Oh, there's a thing there. Let's pick that up. Haruka and I have been close since kindergarten. We sang a song together at graduation called The Song of Memories. Haruka and I looked at each other when we sang together. I'll never forget that. I think about those times a lot lately. They were the best. If I even hum that tune, I start to tear up. Dang, children! Get out of this forest! I don't want to deal with you! There is a saying in Japan, the nail that sticks up is beaten down. Which, it essentially means like that. You stay in line. Stay in line. Stay in line. And this is how we get musical subgenres like Visual Kei. Where the whole idea is, no, I'm going to be a punk. I'm just going to be a monster, a literal kappa on the bass. Hell yeah. You know what I'm talking about. Probably not. Countless dolls are lined up around the shrine. Maybe this shrine used dolls in its ceremonies. They look like they've been here for quite some time, exposed to the elements. It's not just a Japan thing, but I feel more so over there. I mean, again, this came up in Heartache stream not too long ago. One of the things that I did briefly in high school was dance. Hang on! There's another one! Oh, I'll bet you I've got that one anyways. Because that's one of those ones that, like, if you know it's coming, you get it. Hang on. Do I need to do something with that? No. So one of the things I did in high school was dance. And for this reason, one of my nicknames in high school began with an F. Hell yeah! And it's a very similar thing to that. That's not what boys are supposed to do. Don't supposed to do the dancing, that's for girls. And you know, joke's on you. I'm hanging out with the most popular girl in school every Saturday. But Maybe not that one. Stereo Dream, I keep meaning to send you a letter in Animal Crossing, but I don't have you on my list, so I need to fix that. I keep seeing you pop up when I'm streaming, and I'm like, oh, hell yeah, I need to mail that guy something. And then I don't. But yeah, let's go with Fancy Pants Razzle Dance. That's what it was. Hey, question. Were you Princess Does Nothing? I remember one of my friends having that as a name, and I want to say that was you. You were Princess Does Nothing. Okay. I forget. Don't look that way. Don't look that way. The forest deloads if you look that way. Oh, that's the spooky thing. I think I remember this. Ah! Shit! That's not what I remembered at all! Oh, you got me good, game. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I'm cool. I'm the coolest. Like, I'm hearing this ticking noise in the background, right? I'm like, pretty sure I know what that is. Was it you? No, it wasn't you. It was you. I'm in the wrong. It was you. Oh, you got me. Give me 1 second. I like it here. I can die alone here. There's no one to stop me. I can take things slowly. A peaceful, dignified death. Life is nothing but misery and suffering. Sick of it. Suffering was a good game. I will stand by that position forever. No, I'm just thinking because I have two friends who separately have the nickname Princess something, and I forget who it was. I didn't know if it was you or my friend Mike, because it had been a while since either had been used. It just stuck with me as like, that's pretty good. Can I get over there? I don't think I can. That's my button. Yeah, because if I run this way, then the little ticking sound goes away. Straw dolls have been nailed to the thick tree. I think that's just emitting a sound. It's like chapter 1. 3. 3? It's chapter something. Oh, come on, man. That one's not even a good name. Bots used to have class. You know what? That was a good one. Because I was sticking to my notes. And I'm like, sure, I'll just follow my notes. My notes are fine. The notes did not say, open parentheses, watch yourself, it's brown trousers time, because Floating Head is coming through that door. And then Floating Head was there and came through that door. That ghost legitimately terrifies me. Like, even now, it's one of the scarier ones to me. It's not on the top 10 list, which I have right here. There are two ghosts in this game that show up in the top 10 list. Oh, I needed to go this way anyway. Well, more the fool me! The Yoko Taro one? I'm not sure.
Fuyuhi.
I'm not sure I follow you on that one. Hey! How you doing? Everything okay? Huh. I'll bet you that's something that I haven't done before. And therefore I missed like points in my...
Veronica. She's here on the mountain.
Have you seen her?
No, but she's here. I have to find her.
Hey, has anybody seen the movie Suicide Club?
I wonder.
That opening scene is ridiculous.
Why did the two of us survive? We made a promise that we'd all die together.
When will we get the chance to join the others?
Hey, I'll go and look for Haruka.
Haruka.
Let's go back.
Anyway, it's time to leave. Wait. Don't be walking away from me. Hi. Man, why would you flinch when I take a picture of you? That's weird. Anyway,
To die alone in a place like this.
I thought you meant, like, Suda-51 as in the ghost was just the head, and, like, that was... Like, that's the bit that got me, like your boy in the washing machine. Watching the sunset makes me want to cry. I have no home to go back to. Nobody would be there if I went back. Everyone would be there, but no one would. I know that now. That's why I came to the mountain. My grandma used to tell me never to go to the mountain at sunset, but my feet led me here. I chased the sun, and it kept getting bigger. I couldn't stop. I felt the need to write something, so I'm scribbling this down. I had to go into the water. I had to write this. I had to write something. What else should I write? She's calling to me. I have to go. Before the sun sets. Get the hell out of here! Suda-51 worked on Fatal Frame 4? I want to say, and I may have to check that, because I played that one. That might be the one where I got to the credits and I went, Goichi Suda! As in that one? Surely not. So, Kosaka, I've been reading your little notes there. It is entirely possible that we are essentially performing the same function as a Shinto priestess, because we are working on, like, expelling the bad thoughts and getting rid of the bad energy, essentially. And, like, their thing is more, like, Miko attire is traditionally white top, red trousers, which, you know, you kind of get there with this outfit. Hello! How's it going? Horror games are great because you get to see a person's reaction to being scared, and mine is generally just like, oh, what's up? Golly, this is a fight. How do you do? No. Do that. Yes. Incidentally, I do like that enough time has passed between Fatal Frame 1 and 5 that...
No, Haruka didn't go this way.
Okay, cool. Why am I turning to face you when I hit the look at the spirit button? That's probably not important. I like that the Fatal Frame series has been going on for so long that all of the stuff you find, like, patches of plot in the first couple games, they were old, like, reel-to-reel film or, like, Super 8 footage. In this, it's a VHS tape.
This way. There's something over here.
I'm going this way. Don't tell me this way when you're behind me. That doesn't count. I don't... Why don't you go ahead? You take point. I'll be right behind you.
Fuyuhi!
Not like that. You know, I was pretty sure these guys weren't actually hostile at this point. Like, I mean, maybe they're not. They're just running around in circles. That's fine. Everything is fine. Everything's fine. I'm very jumpy, it turns out. Yep. there is one of my channel clips called Significant, because that's how I pronounced it. I was in the middle of talking and a ghost just popped up in front of my face, and that's what I did. I just spiked in the middle of a word, and like, it's not the YouTube thing where I throw my controller in the air and scream and shriek. But it very well could be. Where are you trying to lead me, game? Fia, he went this way. She's right there.
Fuyuhi! Haruka. She's here.
Haruka. Why are you trying to phase through that wall? You can't phase through ghosts can phase through walls. What are you? Something funny going on here. Do you know what, Empirical? I think it's because I'm doing something else. Like, I'm talking to you guys and I'm focusing on playing the game and potentially doing a good job of it. I hope. But then, because, like, if I watch a horror movie, that's fine. I'll just watch a horror movie. If it's true crime or the most hideous crimes in the world podcast. There's something on the riverbank. I'll watch that, I'll listen to that, and like, wow, that's disgusting and gross and weird. Okay. I don't scream and jump. Like, not scream, but you know what I mean? Also, Stereo Stream. Hey, I don't know. I'm definitely not getting to it tonight. There's a point in Chapter 6 that's like, hey, you remember Silent Hill 2? I'm like, hell yeah, I do, game. What you got for me? And it's really good.
Fuyuhi, where are you?
Close your eyes.
Oh, this was Hisoka's favorite. It must have been carried here by the river, just like the camera obscura. We also got Evade! Fuyuhi isn't here. I have to find her. So this is an example where the water mechanic is kind of garbage. So like, it's raining, so obviously we're getting wet. And we have now bloomed, because we are as wet as we can get. But, we've been given embers to fix it, but if we do that, it's raining. We're at a point where the game is... We've got to do this for dramatic effect. You know? Oh, did you have to model those? Content warning!
Forever and ever.
She was a ghost the whole time. That's why she flinched when we took a picture of her. 'Cause she's a ghost the whole time. So this is Fuyuhi, Fuyuhi's ghost, incidentally. She was ranked at number 10 as on the 10 most scary ghosts in the entire series. Also of note, the knife is the thing you have to look at, not the person. I think that's pretty good. Maybe a quick good film, yeah? Good film. There it is. Oh, is that it? No. Kosaka, absolutely, it is the most graphic out of the games. The graphic content is one of the reasons why it received the highest age rating out of the entire franchise. Alongside the boobs. Like, you could show all of the violence, but like, a bra? Get out of here, fella! No! You don't get to look at those! If you touch a weakened ghost, it triggers a fatal glance, and you will see its memories.
Haruka. Fuyuhi.
I wonder if it will actually force it to play in this instance.
Fuyuhi. Haruka. Fuyuhi.
No. Huh. Because this is in engine, not video file like the other ones. Yes, Fatal Glance shows you the last thing that the ghost saw. That version, less so.
You've seen too much. You cannot leave the mountain. You will dissolve into nothing.
Ghost attacks may leave you tainted by the black water. If this happens, your health will continuously decrease. Use Purifying Embers, or defeat all present ghosts to remove it. Oh, we fighting? I really wish I hadn't used my crush shot on Fuyuhi. Oh well. So, looking over the list of the top 10 scariest ghosts, because I kind of agree with some of it. The scariest ghost was the crawling woman from Fatal Frame 3. The one who is hiding in the crawl space and in the attic, and I get it because the way she was presented and framed was... Fatal Framed was absolutely terrifying. Second scariest is a ghost in this game that we haven't seen yet, but we will. That's Shrine Maiden. She's the one that brought Fuyuhi here. The one who made a... third one was Sai Kurosawa, the final boss of Fatal Frame 2. The fourth one was the Fallen Woman from Fatal Frame 2. She's the one who, out of nowhere, just plummets down the stairs and crashes into the floor next to you and tries to wriggle over to attack you. And then it was Watashi from Fatal Frame 4, the Blind Woman from Fatal Frame 1, Broken Neck from Fatal Frame 2, Broken Neck from Fatal Frame 1, the final boss from Fatal Frame 3, and Fuyuhi from this one. Also, yeah, Stereo Dream, I'm way up. Neither of those Broken Neck ghosts, I don't want to deal with it. Because they both exhibit a degree of intelligence. And I don't like that. I looked into Mount Hikami. It's always been a spiritual place. Not spiritual as in holy, but spiritual as in filled of the spirits of the dead. Maybe that's why it's a suicide spot. Haruka wouldn't go to die alone, though. Not without telling me. The book said people get spirited away to the mountain. They get called towards it and disappear, alone. I read how it calls to people who are perceptive, anxious, meek, and who lack family. My heart skipped a beat when I read that. It was describing Haruka perfectly. She's so kind and accepting. She always opens up to me. She's alert, even when she seems to be spacing out. She knows what I'm thinking. Maybe she was spirited away. But where do people go when they're spirited away? The more I think about it, the scarier it gets, and the more my heart starts pounding. So I showed off a couple of... I accidentally showed off a couple of behaviors when I Let's Played Fatal Frame 1. Broken Neck will, for example, stand and look at herself in a mirror. And just look at herself. Even though she's flagged as hostile, she won't be until you get close enough, at which point she snaps to attention to fight you. There was one where I heard her theme tune, and I'm like, where is she? The theme tune means that she's in this room. I guess I'll just leave. And as I went to leave, she just went, hey, and stuck her head through the door and just, okay, now we're fighting. Okay, I'd really rather we weren't. And then in Fatal Frame 2, she has a behavior where she will stand behind you. The stereo mixing, she's directly behind you. So you turn to look at her, and as you do, she leans around you into frame as you are turning. And it's just sort of, it's a really good boom moment, and it gets me every single time. While searching for her friend, Fuyuhi Himino ended up taking her own life. Having witnessed Fuyuhi's final moments, Yuri knows she wasn't alone when she died. What about other woman who killed herself in the same way? Not to mention the mysterious shrine maiden sodden from the rain. Yuri managed to locate Hisoka's camera obscura, along with a charm she always liked to wear. For now, she must return to the antique shop, alone. I'm wondering if this game was released in parts, and I don't think it was, right? It was released on disc in full because it was just on a disc. So why does it give me previously on Fatal Frame 5 announcements? You know what I mean? What are you? I will do that in a bit. Ren Hojo, the author who sent Hisoka to find the photographs, takes a closer look at the album. One photo catches his eye, and he decides to investigate further. He goes to the inn with the camera obscura, and Rui, his assistant. Okay, so my notes have a little thing here. Chapter 3 has a prologue that tacks on another 10-15 minutes. Content warning here. I think I know why. It goes back to what I said at the top of the stream. Just maybe watch yourselves when we get... You'll know. Ren Hojo, a writer, is haunted by a recurring dream in which he kills a young girl during a ritual. He receives an album of post-mortem photographs located on his request by Hisoka. Upon viewing one of the photos, Ren recognizes the very scene from his dreams. Eager to delve further into this puzzling mystery, Ren heads to the abandoned inn in person this time, bringing along his assistant, Rui Kagamiya. So that's interesting, Kosaka. I always took that as a fight that I had to do, because the game said, clear all ghosts from the area. So I'm like, she looks spooky, but I guess we're doing this now.
Will you die with me?
She's beautiful, but she looks sad too.
Yeah.
Isn't she the type of woman that you get nervous around?
Yeah. There may be more of this stuff out there.
Shall I call Hisoka?
No, let's go there ourselves. It'll be quicker that way.
At this hour?
It won't take long.
So then, shouldn't you take the camera obscura? You haven't used it yet. This could be your chance. People say there's something off about that place.
Okay.
My camera obscura is on the desk. Hisoka sent it back, after appraising it for me. I should take that shadow reading report with me too. May come in handy. Ryui's always complaining about me leaving things on the sofa. So yeah, Kosaka, in the Fatal Frame series in general, you have the ability to run away from ghosts. It's just that they will pursue, and generally speaking, unless you are on your last legs health-wise and items-wise, but in the long run, you're better off standing your ground. Memorial portraiture, the act of photographing dead bodies, was a practice in Western countries in the 19th century, at a time where photography was a rare and expensive luxury. The bodies of recently deceased family members and loved ones were photographed in lifelike poses as a solemn keepsake of remembrance. While researching the phenomenon, I discovered that a similar custom made its way to Japan as well. Known as post-mortem photographs, a small number of these photos still remain. I've been fortunate enough to obtain one such photograph, which I found to contain a certain beauty lacking in its Western counterparts. When photography first arrived in Japan, it was accompanied by prevalent superstition that photographs could steal a person's soul. Whether anyone truly believed this or not, it surely gave post-mortem photography a special significance in Japan. If photos were taken with this belief in mind, then post-mortem photographs would not simply have been taken as keepsakes or for mourning purposes. Rather, the practice may have carried a certain deeper spiritual significance. No, I'm with you. Corpse photography? Terrifying. No, thank you. Just, sit there and sit right next to Grandpa, well, for like 16 hours while this silver plate burns in. You're like, oh no. No, thank you. The camera you left me to look at is a device known as a camera obscura. Its purpose is to capture images of the supernatural, things invisible to the naked eye. These cameras are incredibly rare, with an almost mythical status in the antiques market. A few have been known to exist, but this is the first I've ever seen with compound lenses. I don't mean to frighten you, but rumor holds that to own a camera obscura is to invite misfortune. They say everyone who has owned one has either died, lost their mind, or gone missing. The cameras themselves have outlived many owners. While some aficionados do seek them out, the stories of previous owners meeting with such misfortune has had an impact on their value as antiques. My camera obscura was left to a local family after its previous owner passed away. They graciously gave it to me. I believe yours is still usable, but please do exercise caution in doing so. Sincerely, Hisoka Kurosawa. P.S. The cover on your obscura is broken, but seems it originally had a box shape. I doubt you'd sell it to me, but I would like to borrow it for a while if you don't mind. I'm happy to compensate. Please think it over. The main thing that got me with the scene that just now happened was, I don't like photographs that move around. There was an old show called Sapphire and Steel, and it was like the X-Files, but British, and, good show. Go look it up. One of them, they're looking at this black and white photograph, and just one person in the picture's moving around when you're not looking. And for some reason, child me, terrified. And that's just an ingrained fear now. That, and I go to a cafe, and I open the door, and it's just space and time outside. That show was great. I want to say the theme tune was like the Dance of the Knights. Anyway. Yeah, so this is... That's the report that we'd already seen. That's Hisoka saying, hey, I went and I did the thing. Where did I put that book about on Hikami? Has it really been tidying up again? Might be on one of the shelves. I wonder where it is. The Maiden Slayer. Mount Hikami has long been steeped in legends revolving around suicide and ghosts. Revered as a sacred place since time immemorial, it was once the worshipping ground and home of many shrine maidens. Once there was a man who fell in love with a maiden and came to the mountain in order to court her. However, she remained loyal to her duties and refused his advances. Enraged, the man killed her and threw her into the river. Several days later, he returned with a torch and blade and proceeded to brutally butcher all the shrine maidens on the mountain, tossing them into the river as he went. The waters of the mountain flowed red with blood, carrying the slaughtered corpses of the maidens all the way down to the pool of purification. It is said that the eyes of each of the shrine maidens had been gouged out. Just before killing the first maiden and tossing her into the river, the man's eyes met with those of his victim. Something in her eyes led him to murder the others, or so the legend goes. With all the maidens dead, he killed himself by cutting his own throat. The ghosts of the shrine maidens, still drenched in those bloodied waters, have appeared on the mountains ever since. It is said that those who meet their eyes are led to their deaths. They follow the women into the water and drown themselves. Though only a legend, the story is believed to be based on an actual incident. Local records show that the bodies of several shrine maidens were discovered long ago, and that all rituals and rites ceased to be performed from that day on. I feel bad reading Rui's journal, but Mr. Hojo can't clean up after himself. For someone who's lived alone for so long, he is incapable of housework. He can't cook, and he's bad at tidying up. More like his caretaker than his assistant. He loses things all the time, and whenever he doesn't have a book he needs, he blows up. He usually ends up asking Ms. Kurosawa for help. One time, I was trying to sort all his books. There was one I couldn't find anywhere. It's like it just disappeared. Ms. Kurosawa found it with her shadow reading. She went into his room on her own and then came out a little while later with the missing book. She just smiled and said something about making the invisible visible. What is this shadow reading business anyway? It reminds me of that one time. I was tidying up and I came across something that I'd never seen before. It was like Ms. Kurosawa said, the invisible became visible. It was kept inside an old box. I don't even know what it was. I put it aside to sort it later on, but when I went to take a proper look, it had vanished. It must have gone invisible again.
It's almost sunset. We should hurry.
Yeah, let's go.
Functional mirror, functional mirror. Thanks, Hideo Kojima. Can I do that now? Oh, I can. Hell yeah! Wait. Cool. Alright, my camera is now as good as it's gonna get. How do I use Ren's camera? I don't remember. Thankfully, the game will tutorialize it.
There's a local superstition warning people not to go up Mount Hikami after dusk. If you climb the mountain in the twilight hours, it'll show you a different form. Its true form. Only those who wish to die come here at that time. I think that's the inn where the album was found. This must be Ichiru Manor. So, do you think you'll be able to use the camera obscura? I think you should try it out first, just to be sure.
Okay.
This type of camera obscura allows you to take multiple photos at once. Using the multi-shot function to take 4 photos at once, dealing more damage to the ghosts that you photograph. Taking multiple photos at once also helps to get fatal frame shots. After a multi-shot, the camera obscura will take longer than usual to reload the film. Keep in mind, multi-shots quickly use up a lot of film. Also, standard camera obscura lenses do not work with Ren's camera obscura.
Is the camera working?
Well, you look like you, so yeah.
Is that a good thing?
We should go.
See, this is the thing, Lady
I hear
Mappy.
the older part of this inn, the part that's further back inside, it was part of some temple or shrine. After it became an inn, the proprietor's family lived here, but it doesn't look like anyone's been here. It was a massive landslide that hit Mount Hikami. Maybe they were all buried under the rubble.
Stop interrupting yourself, Rui.
The last was found in the old building.
Yeah, sure it looks that way.
It's like ghost hunters and stuff. We're gonna go ghost hunting at night. You know what's great? Severely reduced vision. Hell yeah! What was that? I don't know. It's dark. The camera is reacting to something. Wait, you can do that too? The camera obscura has the power to photograph the invisible. I wonder if this is the same as the power Hisoka uses for shadow reading. Nothing? Alright then. Kosaka, I absolutely get that. I too have been working on eating better, but let me tell you something. Brother Jack, this is something that Rickstra's told me. Literally any food is a diet food. Like, if you come home and you're just like, oh damn, I want a Snickers. That Snickers is a diet food. Because maybe it will stop you from having, I don't know, a big block of cheese or something like that. There's a heap of scrap wood at the end of the hallway. The water must have washed it all down here. There's a hole in the wall. I can see the next room over. It looks to be just as flooded. Are you a ghost? You certainly can't make up your mind what your animation rigging's doing. The hatch on the dock just shut itself. Must have been the wind. This is something I super appreciate about this game. If you catch all 3 ghosts in frame like that, you get all 3 ghosts in your picture. Not like Fatal Frame, the first one, and the second one, where it's like, play the game again. That was the biggest pain with Fatal Frame 2. Because that thing was twin-based, you had to play it at least twice to pick up the twin ghosts. And I never remembered whether I shot left or right first, or which one the game latched onto. I ain't got a damn clue. What are you looking at, Ren? Ah! Yeah, ghost rave over there! I can tell you that I have the, I think it's called Sense. It's either C or Sense. The New Game Plus lens, basically. Where, I can see all the stuff that you can't see the first time you play the game. Will you stop sneaking up on me like that? Alright, that was a cute reaction. But it wasn't a flinch. You're not a ghost. For now. Oh, you can't do that! Get out of that! Rude! That's a little much. I don't need 8 shots. Come on. Do the thing! Make it go red! Did I get... Okay, I got you. Cool. Don't worry about it. You're a ghost. You know, you don't know any better. You got angry. Happens to the best of us.
This must be the room where Hisoka found that album.
Yeah, it seems so.
Physical exercise also helps Kosaka. Like, everyone knows it. Nobody wants to admit it. It sucks while you're doing it for the most part. But like, I've been running, among other things, and like, yeah, that helps. I'm not wasting good film on that. Crumpled out note has materialized. This must be what the camera was reacting to. How long has it been since I lost everything? The mountain swallowed up half my inn. All I have left is that old album of postmortem photographs, the one left by my father. I don't even know who these photos are of, but it's the last vestige of family I have. How long have I spent here, wallowing in the darkness? Doesn't matter. burn it all. Then there will only be me. I think I'll end up in the observation room on the roof. Sunset is lovely. Yeah, this is exactly the one that I'm thinking of. Using this note as a token, I might find a trace that will lead me to some info about that photograph. Just watch it when we get to the roof. Yeah? Man, really, you seeing this? Is that just me? I will give you that one, Kosaka. I prefer the combat in even 3 over this one, because I haven't really done a very good job of explaining it, and I may have to the next time I get into a fight. There is one coming up, but every time you take a picture of a ghost, you can see a piece of them break off and start orbiting, and that helps you to boost up the power of your shot. Does Ren do it? Oh, he does. Right, so you see beneath the lens here, we've got 5 little things, little boxes. For every part of a ghost I'm focused on, I get +1. And like here, because we've got 2 knees, 2 heads, 4 or 5 faces, that powered up my photography skills. Maybe equip the good film, yeah? And so it comes down to, do you want to attack the ghosts and get little bits of damage? Or do you want to go as hard as you can and get like the fatal frame shots? And yoink! It's a really interesting way of doing it, I think, because, like... Oh, we got her. So, with that ghost, when we focused on her, her face vanished. This is something you will have seen if you have seen any of the Ring movies.
According to the stories, after the landslide, the owner of the inn moved to the 3rd floor. They say he burned himself to death there, or that he threw himself into the lake.
A common enough story.
Tell me about it.
Cold as ice.
Since then, they say that if you look up at the 3rd floor veranda, you'll see someone looking back down.
Really?
I'm sorry.
But no, I feel like that's a pretty common enough ghost story, right? Where I live has a ghost story like that. Dude, that one school with the bell tower, the gardener, caretaker, teacher did the bad thing and ended their lives. And if you look at the bell tower, you see the body hanging to this day. Did child me believe that? Hell yeah, I was terrified by ghosts. Why was I given a ghost book when I was learning to read? I'll tell you why. It was because I read all of the books for my reading level, and then the teacher was like, gosh, you're so good at reading, have all of the advanced books for the children twice your age. Man, you want to learn about ghosts? Here's Borley Rectory. And it was one of those things where I was like, we should be looking into this. Does the government know? I feel like we should be funding this. Because there's all these pictures and evidence. It's definitely real. So one of the things that makes this game easy is that you have immediate access to the shop. Before you start each chapter, it says how much stuff do you want to bring with you. Oh, is this one of those tilty ones? Yes, it is. Right, let's go back to that vent and collect that thing. Boy, I love wasting my film on that. Have I got that one? I've probably got that one. Like I'm talking about collecting stickers. Have I got that one? Got, need, got. Even before the landslide, there were always strange goings-on around here. Some years ago, 2 girls went missing on a college field trip. Police were stumped. A few days later, one of the girls turned up again, seemingly out of her mind. There were lots of theories, but most people believe they were simply spirited away. That girl came back each year to look for her friend, like some sort of pilgrimage. Countless people have gone missing here over the years. We're all used to it by now. My father was spirited away too, as was the folklorist Keiji Watari. Next it'll be my turn, I bet. I'll vanish with the rest of them. I doubt anyone will think to come looking for me. Similar sort of thing with aliens, honestly. Like, I read a lot of the paranormal books. I had a kid's book that was all about ghosts, and look at all these definite pictures of real ghosts. And it was probably just like, you know, bloke in a sheet sort of thing. Because it's for kids, right? But yeah, with that, and with the UFO stuff, and the Bermuda Triangle. Taking photos identical to the psychic photographs taken with the camera obscura can break seals, blocking your access. So it goes like that. I think I've read about this one, Stereotream. Isn't it? Essentially, there's just a giant methane gas vent down there, and it's just it sort of alters the consistency is the wrong word, but consistency of the water, and that's why ships sink in it. Surface tension, that's the word. Thank you very much. Hello? Hello? Rui? Rui? Friend? I get bonus points for that one because Rui was in it. But yeah, like, similar thing. I'd read about that sort of thing, and ghosts, and werewolves, and witches, and all this fantastical nonsense, and like, it's in a book, so it has to be true, because it's in a book. Oh, we should look into this. And then the government never did. Tell you what else I read when I was younger was that one book, and then Jenny's head fell off. That one. Pale blue light is visible through the window. Looks like moonlight. Perfect. Dancing with the devil weather. This guy's great. Look at him. He's being puppeted around by the neck. That's terrifying. Stay there. No, stay there. You're helping me with my score. Oh my god, they actually are helping me with my score. Thanks, Rui. So, yeah, Kosaka, absolutely correct. It was... The combat was designed to run on Wii U. Because it was... Like I said, I've mentioned it a couple times. What I'm supposed to be doing is holding up my controller, or the Wii U tablet anyway, and with that, I aim the tablet at the screen and that becomes my camera. Which is honestly one of the most immersion-breaking things. You ever done sniping in Zombie U? Hell no! This place has gone from a tourist hotspot to a suicide hotspot. But I suppose that was always the case. This mountain and death go together, side by side. Mikomori was once known as the Grove of Shrine Maidens, a sacred grove where the mountain's maidens oversaw the deaths of pilgrims, easing their passing to the other side. I like that. I envy it. I wish someone would be there to see me off. I have...
Rui, are you all right?
Yes, I'm fine.
I have briefly played the 3DS one. The guy who owned it showed me some of the things that he had done with it, and it was mostly things like, if you pointed at people's bum, then there's a big hand coming out of that bum. And like... Alright, cool. This is supposed to be the scary game. Can we... There we go. But yeah, scary stories to tell in the dark. That was, Did anyone ever play the Telltale's The Wolf Among Us? You should. It's a good one. It's based on the Fables world, where, like, all of the fairy tale stories are real, and they came to the real world. So you play as, like, Detective Bigby Wolf, and you're helping out Mayor Snow White do all of this and that. Hi! And one of the things in at least Season 1, I don't know if they got a Season 2, was you find a number of sex workers, and speaking with them, they say, "My lips are sealed." And it's really frustrating. It's a recurring phrase, "My lips are sealed." And it turns out, if you look, they're all wearing ribbons around their neck. And at one point, you remove one, and her head falls off. And I went, oh my god, it's the Thing! That's the story we're going with! And I'm so glad they did. The sunset beckons. It's calling me into the water. This is the right thing to do. Is that like a toy there? What's that? Can I pick that up? Oh, that's a bit of broken railing. The window below is shattered. Did that man jump from here? Yeah, that's a piece of the railing. thought I saw something. It was the trees. Cass, you're incredibly jumpy. Yeah, it's almost like I'm playing a horror game, and I get incredibly jumpy when I play horror games. But yeah, no, if there is anything more to Spirit Camera on 3DS, I don't know what it is. Because my friend and I mostly just used the augmented reality stuff, and he showed off bombs. Which, that's not what this game is. They'd never do anything like that in this game. Reference previous Dead or Alive 5 conversation. I mean, fair play to it, because that's what the 3DS had when it came out. The whole room is charred. That man might have left something behind. If he did, it'll likely be hidden.
Looks like there was a fire. This must be where the innkeeper moved.
Because when you got your 3DS, it came with a little deck of cards. Well, I say deck of cards, like 4 or 5 of them. And they were augmented reality cards. And if you point your camera at them, it's a coin block from Mario. Or I think there was a little dragon game you could play. Lady Mappy, I do like the idea of
Really?
only one person can see the horrors. Like, because that's what works for the horrors when
What's wrong?
they are definitely there, but you can't see them. No one else can see them. Does that count? Oh, hell yeah, that counts. It shouldn't. What am I... Oh, that's alright, because I bought a roll of Type 90 film. Just one. Just one. I remember seeing an augmented reality product that I kind of wanted at the time, and it was a Japanese product. Caveat, I was 15. Virtual waifu. And it's like a little dice, and you put the dice on the desk, and you aim your webcam at it. And then the dice is essentially a position marker, like when you do motion capture. And the webcam would go, oh, the camera, like the position tracker is here. I can run the animation of the girl climbing out of the box because the box is here. And if you move the box, well, then the motion tracker would move along with it. Golly!
What were you
And
doing?
then I saw the price tag and realized I would have to justify purchasing this to anyone who saw it. Let's not.
Can't you remember anything? Let's go home.
Kosaka, again, I'm with you. The story's great. I think the...
You cannot leave the mountain. Huh? You will dissolve into nothing.
This one, I feel like it should be run all the way away. Nice! Nice! Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what the Hatsune Miku pizza box is used. just position tracking and point your webcam at it. I've also seen that done as a costume at DragonCon a couple times. It's people in like the motion capture suits with a little note saying like costume added in post. That's clever. You leave them alone. What'd they ever do to you? Jerk. Yeah, I like the plot, I like the setting, I like a lot of the ghosts in this game. I think a lot of what this game does is really, really, really good. It's just this combat feels like a slog sometimes. And yeah, sure, the answer there is go play on easy mode, because then the ghosts have half the health. But then a whole bunch of stuff just doesn't spawn. And I would like to at least show off the base game. You know what I mean?
We're leaving.
A woman dressed like a shrine maiden? Is she connected to the note that I found? There's a note here. It seems to have been singed a little by flies. Signed. Yours sincerely. The album of post-mortem photographs was assembled by a folklorist who lived on the mountain. His name was Keiji Watarai. He became fascinated by the custom and moved to Mount Hikami to study how it spread through Japan. My father seemed to take an interest in these photos as well. Strange foreign customs always fascinated him. When he was running the inn, he helped Watarai, I'm going to keep getting that wrong. Excuse me. While he was running the inn, he helped Watarai collect post-mortem photographs from the nearby town. On Mount Hikami, water itself was deified. It seems like Watarai wanted to get a deeper understanding of this unique outlook, so he set up a house in the forest to experience it firsthand. He was greatly aided by my father, who had already set up the inn by that point. He remodeled it from an old, unused shrine. I think he thought the extra religious heft would help attract more visitors. One day, the folklorist went missing. Several people formed a search party, but they were unable to find a trace. Even the road to his house seemed to have been lost to the woods. My father scoured the mountain too, but all he found was that photo album. He was soaking wet when he got back. I remember he was acting strangely. His eyes had this curious glint, almost like he'd been possessed by something. The next thing I knew, my father went missing as well. I'd forgotten all about the photos until I found them in the old building after the landslide. But now I understand why my father left Watarai too. Father left. Space. Watarai too. Space. These photos are so beautiful. Keiji Watarai, a folklorist who lived on Mount Hikami. Hisoka probably has some books about him. We should get back. Rui needs to rest. For me, just one always goes back to My Way by Limp Bizkit. Did anyone not own a copy of Chocolate Starfish? Because I think everyone I knew owned a copy. I didn't, because it had the bad words in it, but I still listened to it. My friend Paul's copy, oh, what good album. The photo album left behind by the innkeeper was put together by a folklorist who lived on Mount Hikami. As Ren and Rui explored the inn and traced the spirit of its owner, a ghost tried to lure Rui to suicide. Then, through the pouring rain, an ominous shrine maiden appeared. Ren and Rui left the mountain with more questions than when they started. Now, my next note... Okay, so that's the thing that tacks on another 10-15 minutes. So we're not going to do that right now. We are going to... Sure, let's take a look at some of the costumes, why not? So here's Yuri. Some of these, like this guy, these are unlocked by completing the game. And then this one, check it out, is Mio from Fatal Frame 2. And then it's Rei from Fatal Frame 3. I think these are purchasable. They came with the game that I bought. Punk Ensemble. That's kind of cool. Big fan of like tartan skirt like that. Big thumbs up for that. You got the cutesy gothic ensemble. Do not say what that's called outside of Japan. Oh no. The blue swimsuit, because come on, devs, come on. Now this is an interesting one. The triathlon suit is new for this game, or at least this version of this game, because originally this was the Zero suit from Metroid. Like, you can kind of see it's got the V design on the back. That would be light up pink, and this whole thing would be like sky blue and cover your arms and legs. It was the Zero suit. I guess we're not gonna license that for this version of the game, so enjoy this tat instead. Also, this is from a game. I don't know what that game is. Atelier Ryza, I think. Rin would know. She's played it. And then, hell yeah, you put glasses on your characters. They look great. Bunny ears, maybe not. I'm gonna give you glasses. Glasses look cool. You got a hairband. That looks kind of cool. That looks like it is clipping through its own self. Down for that. Rise's hat, if you so desire. This is the best outfit ever, by the way. It completely ruins everything. But I just got a big box for a head. Hello. Oh, hell yeah. We witching? We witching. I'm gonna keep that on. And apparently I'm wearing a ring on one of my fingers. Oh yeah, there you go. I got a wedding ring on. Fancy that. Alright, normal outfit. But we are keeping on our fancy pants hat. There you go. Ren is a male character, and nobody cares about his wardrobe. So we have this guy. This guy, which is, again, that's Kay's outfit, again, from Fatal Frame 3. And a white tuxedo. Hell yeah. You can also change your glasses. And you get a camera hat. Really? Oh, I forgot you have one of those. Alright. There we go. Hang on. Oh, I ruined everything. Yuri. Witch's hat. Hell yeah. Finally, this is the character that we started off as. She has a couple outfits available as well. As before, you've got a white kimono, if you wish. Weirdly, this character, like, from the tutorial, has a whole bunch of other outfits. Like, look, Miku's outfit from Fatal Frame 1. And 2. And 3. If you want that. She can have Mayu's outfit, also from Fatal Frame 2. Her gothic ensemble is white. Kinda nice. That one feels exceptionally creepy. I do not like it. And then that one's even worse. Hell yeah! Now we're all witching. And these are the same as before. You've got, you know, you call it glasses. Ooh, they... Huh, bottom rim glasses. There you go. Now you're Bayonetta. And we can't change any more of those, because that would make you, you'd have to take off the hat. And we are not taking off this hat. This is the best hat in the world. That's what we call a callback. I did that in Fatal Frame 2. I said, hopefully there will be no glaring continuity errors. And I was just wearing the most ridiculous hat that I possibly could. I love bad continuity errors as a choice. Oh, it's so good. So yeah, that's the outfits. That's all the outfits available in the game. That's all the unlockable outfits, all the DLC outfits. Am I going to change into them? Probably not. I like the default outfits. They're a lot less creepy. Here's the ending screen. Do I have... Well, first of all, who's streaming right now? I have an email in my inbox. Cass, I'm very impatient. You know what time it is. Keep on rolling, baby. That's Duo. That's Duo hassling me to go and pay attention to Duo. Is anybody playing this right now? Sure. Oh, do I want to roll the dice on you? Let's tune into you. Let's see how you're doing. Come on, say some words. Anyways, while we're doing this, come back tomorrow, Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. And then again, a couple days after that. Ah, you know what? Let's roll the dice. Let's see how good they are. This is how I met Rin. This is how I met Sushi. This is how I met Katie. I still talk to one of those people on occasion. His Neko waifu baby. This can only end well. Do come back tomorrow for The Legend of Zelda. And until next time, goodbye.